We interrupt this Halloween programming for a Halloween announcement. Stay tuned. Goo. Alright, so starting tomorrow, we are going to have the Halloween Treat Tussle event, which I will go into more detail later tonight. But uh, what I kind of want to go through right now is that this is a fairly important event because, and I will go in detail about the unit in this video, that we are going to have a very, very powerful, free, farmable unit at the Leery Lantern. That is a great tank and is equivalent to the Armored Scorpion in overall power, especially since you can get it fully maxed out for free, as long as you grind the event enough. So it is very important. Plus, you're going to get a very, very powerful weapon, which is a lollipop that gives a lot of HP for tanks as well. So this is going to be very, very helpful for a lot of people. And I'm not even going to say for free to play. It's a huge boon for free to play. But even spenders and people who have invested a lot are actually going to really care about the Leery Lantern as well. So this is a very, very, very important event. It is a short event, but we are going to have Halloween in September. I actually thought this event was going to be at the end of the month, but instead it's going to be during the month. It's a fairly short one, as you can see here. It's fairly similar to some of our other events as well. But the big thing here is it's going to be some gems. We're going to have a little bit of story to go through, and mostly we're going to be farming for the Leery Lantern. And there will be some rewards that we can also get, which I will talk about later tonight when I upload the next video. But this video here, I'm going to actually go and talk about Spooky Valencia here. She is a great unit, and so let's go take a look here. So, Spooky Valencia is a demon, and she is a very good Zam mage. I'm just going to say in Japan, she was 3 months earlier, maybe even a little bit more than that, but she was a lot earlier than what we're receiving it now. Back then, she was incredibly powerful. Right now, she is not nearly as powerful as some of the units that are currently available or will be available or in the very, very near future. So it is a little bit of a disappointment unless if they buff her a little bit in global here. Her leadership effect, though, is pretty useful. Increases the strength of Zam spells by 20%. And Zam and Zap are usually the two most powerful spells overall. So it would be very, very nice to have her for a leadership effect. But we'll go through the rest of her skills as well. As I say, it was a very well-designed kit. It's just, if they don't get buffed, she will be pretty skippable. So I'm kind of cutting ahead here. Her first skill, Witch Prank, is actually really nice. It's a non-elemental. Has a range of 3. Spell damage to all enemies within range and can confuse. So it is really nice there. 29 damage. Or sorry, 29 MP. For a beginning skill, this is something that you are actually going to use a bit, especially if you do get her and opponents strong against Sam. And is weak to confuse as well. Second skill, Zamor, deals a large amount of Zam spell damage to one enemy. This is her big damage skill. And what I mean by big damage, it's going to be all big one hit. Halloween Spark can actually do more damage to a single unit as its Zam damage with 8 times randomly. So if it's only one unit there, it will get hit 8 times. But Zamor will do, especially with her and with some of the weapons that we have, you could talk about 1,300 damage with a Zam. But the Zamor, or sorry, Halloween Spark, can probably do up to 1500 damage, but it'll be done in 250, 200, 250 damage bursts. So if you're still trying to get the 999 damage, Zamor is going to be what you want. Halloween Spark will do a little bit more damage, but it is random, especially if the units are packed close together, similar to what Dragon Lord is. Her Awakening skills, getting a dupe increases her SAM power and lowers CMP cost, which is kind of important for her, but not really, as her unique skill is a turn 3 MP restoration, plus it makes her third skill very, very powerful. So one of the things that she is great for is for any time that the level, especially once we get higher difficulties, requires 999 damage, her turn 3 skill, you could stack some power benefits, especially with her being magic, and use her Zamor, as long as they're not weak or strong against Zam. And it will usually hit that cap and do a lot of damage. So that is really where she shines, is that turn 3 she will do a lot of damage. The other turn she does good damage, but she is currently being outshined by a lot of the units that have just come out. Malroth has got a much better range and more a magic power, or I would say damage power overall. And Killing Machine is just so much better overall in Arena, and even a little bit better in PvE as well. So her second stat is Whoosh Resistance plus 25. Fourth one is Zap Resistance plus 25, and Halloween Spark powers third and fifth. Very similar to all the others. So her level 110 stats aren't horrible. She is fast. Her Wisdom's good at 408. HP 930, defense 338. A little bit of a glass cannon. Attack is 260, but honestly, she's a mage. Don't care. Movement 2, and her weight is 50. So from a arena standpoint, she is not bad. But the main issue is just her power has been overcrapped by a lot of units. Her preferred weapon is the magic wand for the mini metal exchange. Nothing too fancy there. Preferred learned skills. Mid heal is a very good skill for her. She's a really good unit to do a lot of damage turn 3, and then you can use the mid heal whenever she wants. Her agility makes mid heal pretty preferable, especially if we would have gotten that beforehand. Early in the time, she would have been a very high mid heal there. Zapple is another great skill to put on there, or Frizzle. But honestly, the two you should, if you want to use Spooky Valencia, a beautiful sprite, good unit. But as I say, I just wish she was released a little earlier. Mid heal or Zapple are the main two that you want to go through. Pros, cons, and pull. Pros, Zam. She is a very, very powerful Zam user. A lot of people used her in Japan for a lot of the early to middle portions of the game, basically where we're just starting to exit out. And once we got to rank 7, which we're about to get to, she started getting used less because we got additional Zam users in the past month. Her Zam spell leadership effect, though, is fantastic. And really, that's right now the main use that I see for her right now is her leadership effect. The enemy's all weak to Zam. Use Spooky Valencia. And she can recharge her MP, increase her skill for that third turn, which is really, really good. So if you plan it, she could do some very serious nuke damage at that point. Her cons, she was released much later than what happened in Japan. It's just, unless if she gets buffed, and it's hard to say right now. I don't go very much into looking at the results now. This is beforehand. Might have a little bit more strength. If she has a little bit more strength, then it would still be a very, very good user. But for my aspect right now, no. Especially for people who are more limited in their resources, Malroth is much better for PvE, and Overkilling Machine is just much better in Arena. And actually, Overkilling Machine is a little bit better than Spooky Valencia in PvE as well. The only thing I'll do is the guaranteed pull. If I get lucky, I get her. And as I say, I still think I might use her because of her leadership effect. It is a very, very nice leadership effect. But otherwise, she will just be there for CP. So what about the A unit? The Akira Shaman is an okay leadership effect with Demon Spell power by 10%. It has a whoosh, it's not range of 0, sorry, it's a range of 3. Bang and Burning Storm, range of 3 there, and Bang, range of 2. Burning Storm can occasionally paralyze sleep with whoosh damage. Its major issues is that its wisdom is a bit too low for spell damage, and you're going to really want to just use another spell element. The leadership skill is also very niche. All in all, not an incredibly useful unit. But the recruitable unit here, the Leery Lantern, is the prize. Top. All we're going to talk about is selflessness here, which is going to take attacks from all sides. That's all you're really going to use the Leery Lantern for. Does have the ability to do some damage and attract 2 squares for Trick or Treat. But in all honesty, other than that, you're not. Those are the only 2 skills you're going to use. Its stats are good, 940 with 355 defense, and it's actually fairly fast at 362. So you're going to either be using that or the Scorpion, or any of the other tanks. They're all basically just use selflessness. Depending on what strengths and weaknesses the battle requires. Still used, still a very good unit. I highly, highly suggest when we farm, and I'll talk about this again later tonight, that you go ahead and use and get this to 5 hearts, or at least the very much 4 hearts. Very, very good units. So I hope you guys enjoy. I will be posting something sometime this week about the $10 gift certificate that I'll be raffling off here on YouTube. So stay tuned. Please like and subscribe, because if you subscribe, you'll be able to get access to giveaways that I'll be doing randomly. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I will definitely be seeing you guys later. Bye, everyone.